Let's shift focus to the SBI Funds press conference happening, and Chairman CS Setty is talking over here.
So, thank you, media, and thank you for the support today. Sir, as already mentioned, we are also in silent period, so difficult maintaining any statement. But what is done before, the TER is now BER.
Yes.
So we have already accounted for it, and we're now revenue neutral on that. We have already mentioned roadshows, so our accounting system already taken care of that. And going ahead, you said collaterals. It is a industry-related scenario which will request AMFI and others to look at it very carefully.
Okay, sir. Final question.
You want to take maybe on Amundi, SBI FM is a translation of a very strong partnership between SBI and Amundi. It has been a long journey for us. This partnership has lasted for 20 years, but I want to say it's only the beginning. And we are a very happy shareholder of SBI FM. We will continue to build this partnership, to grow together, and we will continue to be there alongside SBI for a very long time.
Thank you so much, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Anurag from ET Now. Anurag Joshi, ET Now. Congratulations.
Setty, sir, on the successful completion of the IPO. My question to you is that it's been a 15-year partnership with Amundi. You have successfully completed an IPO. Now, going forward, how is SBI planning to take the partnership with Amundi forward? And to Mr. Nicolas Calquin, my question to you is that is Amundi looking at boosting your investments to India? What is your outlook to India currently? And in terms of even the riskometer, how do you see India in terms of risk?
I'll go first. Of course. It is a long-term relationship. As Nicolas said, I think this divestment, I think a lot of people asked us that why this listing now? SBI FM doesn't require capital. It's a capital light industry. And similarly, SBI and Amundi did not look for any capital raising. But I think we believe, both of us believe that such a large AMC not being listed, I think is not systemically good, and we wanted to bring a large AMC to the market. So, having said that, this listing does not change anything on our relationship and partnership. Very interestingly, Amundi, in several roadshows has publicly mentioned that while Amundi is best of international practices used to be brought to India, now SBI FM best practices and India's best practices of mutual fund are taken internationally. I think this relationship would continue for a long time. Nicolas, over to you.
I can only confirm what the chairman said. We will continue to develop and together to make sure that the SBI FM is developing in India, and we'll continue to bring what we bring. Of course, our international expertise in asset management, but more and more indeed to translate and to transmit to SBI FM the interest, the growing interest we see from international investors for Indian assets. India is, of course, a very rapidly expanding economy. There's more and more interest from international investors, and we will continue to bring this interest into the expertise of SBI FM.
Thank
you, sir. I have two questions. First, Mr. Setty. Mr. Setty, of course, SBI's parentage was very important to the listing here and pushing this forward. How did SBI approach this listing? In that sense, how did that brand name sort of build out the reputation and the premium that this listing has brought through? If you could take us through that a little bit. Similar question to you, Mr. Calgon, with Amundi's role here, what sort of role did you play in getting this IPO forward and building this out in the way it did?
So coming to SBI, I think it's not only the largest distributor of the mutual fund products. As I mentioned in my speech also, that we wanted to bring this investment opportunity to a large number of retail customers what we have. So probably the value creation is not only in terms of what SBI FM has been delivering on their schemes, it is also a fact that they have the backing of the largest parent company. And what we would like to assure all the stakeholders is that even before listing, this company was having the best governance practices of both SBI and Amundi. I think that's a value which we have created over a period of time to all the subsidiaries what we have. We almost have 18 subsidiaries. And the value creation, what you mentioned, I take pride in mentioning that our investment in these subsidiaries is about 6,000 crores as we speak today. Hopefully, maybe a month later, the number will change. We are valued at 4 lakh crores. I think that's a value creation for all the stakeholders we have done. And in the process, we also have created institutions of enduring value in the financial services. You would like to take the rest of the question?
Of course.
Olivia?
Only part of the question.
As for Amundi, we try to bring a little bit of our experience. As you know, we are a listed company. We have lived through this process a bit more than 10 years ago, being listed in Paris. So we had this experience and we try to share it and to advise SBI FM in the process. And I think a second dimension we brought is probably during the roadshows, the contact with international investors. Of course, SBI and SBI FM has a lot of contact with international investors, but we could also help in that regard. And Olivier has been participating in roadshows alongside Chairman Setty in that regard.
Good morning, sir. So congratulations. मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूँगी क्योंकि ये सारा OFS था तो एक शेयर होल्डर जो है वो अगले आने वाले सालों में वैल्यू क्रिएशन कहाँ देख सकता है और 3 से 5 साल की अगर हम बात करें तो आप AUM किस तरह से बढ़ता हुआ देख सकते हैं और कहाँ से आपको ज्यादा डिमांड दिख रही है?
You can ask a question in English also.
Yeah. So my question is that in the next 3 to 5 years, if we talk about the AUM, where do you see the growth coming from? And since this was entire OFS, so for a shareholder, where does he see the value creation here? Because there was no, the fresh money was raised differently. It was entire OFS.
Devashish, over to you. We are the participants of OFS. You have to respond.
See, मैं पहले हिंदी में बोलता हूँ. हमने इस क्वेश्चन का जवाब आपकी शो में दिया है 7 दिन पहले. देखिए, वैल्यू क्रिएशन फॉर इन्वेस्टर तो होगा क्योंकि जिस टाइम में मार्केट में आए वी केम विद कॉन्फिडेंस. Whatever the market is, you cannot time the market like investor. So, like a company also, we wanted that all the trust, all the confidence of investor come back to the market. That is why today also, I think already it has gained 6% when I saw the screen. 8%. So, value creation in long term will be very high. Because as I mentioned before, out of 140 crore Indians we have now, only 10 crore have mutual fund portfolios. So, we have a long way to go. So, in country also value creation more. Also, we are looking at international scheme with the Amundi support, where also they are present and making these products available. So, in long term, there will be much value creation.
Maybe just I would like to add one point from our perspective. There is one figure I like very much, which is when you look at the size of AUM in mutual fund divided by GDP. Okay, in India it's 18%, 1/8. In France it's more than 80%, 80, and in the US it's 120%. So you see what's the potential.
So will we see in near future, you increasing your stake?
That's another question, What you can see is that you will see us increasing our, partnership, the way we work with SBI, the way we work with SBI FM. We are as Nicolas said, we are very committed to India. We are very committed to the savings market in India, and of course, we are very committed to this partnership.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Asta from Business Today TV, and then we'll come to this side of.
Very, very congratulations, team. I want to ask one very simple thing. Like SBI, of course, continues to hold a majority stock in SBI funds. Do you see the further value unlocking through stake dilution in the future, or will the bank retain the current holding? This is my first question. And the second question is about the fund. Do you see the passive funds and ETFs becoming a bigger part of the business now?
The first question I will answer, the second question probably the company will answer. At this moment, we are not looking for any more dilution. Of course, the whole dilution process will depend on the public shareholding norms of SEBI. this is true for Amundi also. I can tell Nicola. And
Absolutely.
So I think we don't intend to look for any further dilution at this moment.